is the future, and the world is in ruins. No, wait a second. It is the future, and the world is in ruins. You could go so far as to say the world is a wasteland. 3. TM. Colorado is the location of our story. A state run by one man, the patriarch. But he is a daddy. A daddy in need. You see, he has 3 children. Valor, Victory, and Liberty, all of which have been wreaking havoc across Colorado, and all of which have very, very stupid names. The patriarch has enlisted the help of the Arizona Rangers to wrangle his kids and bring peace back to Colorado. Our Rangers are Mother, a 60-year-old heavy gunner with hair as gray as radiation clouds and a voice as smooth as whiskey.
New targets incoming.
And Bison Bill, a sniper who was previously a woman named Santa Claus. Need I say more? Joining them is Lucia Wesson, Axel, Marshall Quan, and Sasquatch, as well as 2 friendlies, Party Pal the Robot and the Provost. Along their travels, the Rangers discovered Valor hiding away with a group of fanatics who blindly follow an AI version of former President Ronald Reagan.
Communist.
The Rangers laid waste to these fools and returned the Ronald Reagan AI to his proper place, with the communist robots. Our story properly begins with a vending machine. A vending machine with prices so obscene, the Rangers decided it would be better to go back to Denver and arrest Valor for being a bitch than stay one more moment in the presence of these outrageous prices. After leaving the commune, the Rangers were greeted by a group of dogs. Except they turned out to be evil and weren't even dogs. Bison Bill showed them the inside of his barrel, while Marshall Quan checked if he still had bones. While making sure all of his bones were accounted for, the evil dogs decided that they too wanted to see just how many bones Quan had. Quan did not handle his bones being removed very well.
He needs some milk!
Party Pal turned on the disco, bringing Quan back from his boneless nap, and Sasquatch summoned the power of Thor and gave the dogs a rude awakening. Mother came in with the heavy fire, as Lucia and Axel came in with the backup and knocked out the rest of the dogs. After kindly showing the dogs what the ground smelled like, the Rangers made their way over to where Valor was cowering in fear and called in a crew from Ranger HQ to come pick him up. He did not put up a fight.
Bye, have a great time!
At this point, Bison Bill mistook the sound of nearby goats as the mating call of a young and available female bison and went to investigate the area. The goats were in fact a decoy, and the team was ambushed by the post-apocalyptic Girl Scouts, who, instead of selling cookies, now sell salvation by turning you into a human kite. Preferring the kind of salvation with coconut and caramel on top, the Rangers decided to change they/them to was/were. Once the Girl Scouts were properly dealt with, the radio warned of a threat headed straight for Denver.
A huge mass of Girl Scouts appears to be approaching Denver.
The Girl Scouts had called for backup. And this wasn't no ordinary backup. It was their moms. The Rangers had the opportunity to escape, but why would they when there's some hot and ready XP just waiting to be collected? It was 14 against 8, plus the Kodiak, the Rangers' tank. Even then, the Rangers were screwed. Or were they? Bison Bill opens the fight by smoking a cigar, giving him the precision he needs to snipe this nerd. Sasquatch shoots some crack and gives this mom the headache of a lifetime. The Klondike rolls in and haha blasts the fool. All the while, Mother runs for cover to give herself a boost, then shoots the 3 in the back in the face with a rocket. Axel throws a turret and a very convincing decoy, while Lucia takes aim and misses. The dumb bitch. The moms close in and give Marshall Quan the ass whooping of a lifetime, and it wasn't even the sexy kind. The decoy is instantly discovered to be a fake and is blown to bits. Party Pal heals Quan, while the Provost jumps from the rubble and shoots a mom in the spine. Nice. Bison Bill, still high off the fumes of his cigar, snipes a mom in the back as a distraction as Sasquatch sneaks up with the Thor strike. Kodiak realizes his favorite show is on in 30 minutes and decides it's time to stop playing games. Lucia manages to hit someone for once, while Axel somehow does less damage with a headshot than Lucia does when she shoots the ground. With such a sad display, Axel is shot dead. The Provost proves to be the most useful member of the team, even though he's not an official member of the team, and Bison Bill comes in as a close second. Sasquatch and Quan help a mom who's stuck in a block, so kind. Klondike runs over another mom before haha blasting one in the back. Lucia attempts to revive Axel, but is far too stupid to realize that the Kodiak's hitbox is simply a figment of her imagination. The Provost removes himself as the most valuable member of the team, and Bison Bill snatches his crown. Mother does a dance and nearly brings in the victory, but the remaining moms throw their souls at Sasquatch and Quan. And Axel, well, she fucking dies. Thanks a lot, Lucia. Finally, having fully recovered from his ass whooping, Quan secures the win. After collecting their winnings, the Desert Rangers, minus Axel of course, who is still dead, hopped into the Kodiak to head to their favorite spot, the Bazaar, to rest and recuperate. Not even a full second after leaving Denver, some lady by the name of Angela Deeth, very funny, rings the Rangers to tell them that they're a bunch of pussy babies for not killing Valor, and tells them a load of information they already know. After finding a full set of armor inside a toaster, the Rangers are yet again stopped by a radio transmission from a man saying he is stuck underneath Union Station. Unfortunately, Union Station was in the opposite directions, and the Rangers asked for a rain check.
Morningstar out.
Still attempting to reach the bazaar, not even a minute later, Ranger HQ radios in saying someone sent out a distress signal saying that they're stuck in the caves under the bazaar. Well, at least they're already headed that way. Finally, the Rangers make it to the bazaar, but they are greeted with a scene of utter destruction. Unfortunately, everyone was dead, and the Rangers definitely had nothing to do with that. At least coming to the bazaar wasn't completely pointless. There was still that guy in the cave. Oh, come on, another fetch me quest. With all the shopkeepers and doctors dead, the Rangers had no option left except to return to HQ in Colorado Springs. At least going back to Colorado Springs means they could get the winnings from the Patriarch for arresting his son. On the way back, the Rangers stopped at a camp and slept so much that Axel was resurrected from the dead. Mother filled her in on what happened at the bazaar, and much to her dismay, her favorite noodle vendor, Thomas, was part of the casualties. After a long, devastating journey, the Rangers finally made it back to HQ. They were 2 steps into the front door before another random group of people stopped them and asked them for help finding some guy named, Papus? Annoyed, understandably, the Rangers called it a day.